Today I'm going to show you my latest score that I picked up at a moving sale yesterday. This Garden King 5 horsepower Briggs rototiller. It's a 1976. And when I was at the moving sale, the thing just didn't want to fire. So I went back home and got a few tools. And I first removed the spark plug and poured a little bit of gas out of my 20-ounce bottle in there. And then I shoved the spark plug back in it. It still wouldn't fire. So I removed the air cleaner, poured a little bit of gas in the carburetor, and the thing started firing. And I've got it to fire so much that it started like running. The lady said that the tiller ran last year with no problem, but it just didn't want to start this year. So I paid her the $30. I figured it was all gas, but it turned out to be more than that. And then I got it home, and then I just let the engine run for a while on the lawn, but after a while it just died. So after trying to get it to start again, it just didn't want to fire. I removed the gas tank and carburetor assembly. This is the old gas tank, and this is the old carburetor right here. And when I took the carburetor off the gas tank, it's got this brass and nylon pipe. It's kind of like a combination. The nylon pipe was the screen was punctured, and the nylon piece where it connects to the brass piece, it was bent. So that was part of the problem I seen. So I remembered I had that exact gas tank and carburetor assembly with the air cleaner in the garage. So I took that carburetor, which is on it now, and removed the brass fuel pipe, the long one. That one had a long brass fuel pipe instead of a part nylon, part brass. So I just removed that and transferred it to this carburetor. And then I looked at this gas tank, and I noticed in this hole where the fuel pipes connect, it was rusty. So I decided to use that tank instead with the old carburetor on it. So I went to the small engine store, and I bought a diaphragm and I bought a base gasket, and then I shoved it all together on that tank, the replacement tank, the black one. And it still wouldn't fire with all that gas, with all those new parts in it. It just didn't want to fire with all those new parts in it. So I then got frustrated after a while, and I took that carburetor, which was on that gas tank originally, and I transferred the parts that I put on this carburetor to that carburetor, and now it runs good. And I'll give a demonstration. First of all, before the demonstration, I had to remove this mesh piece that sits on the front of the flywheel around the ratchet, because it was just loose and it was rotted, I think, over here and over here where it mounts, and it was just causing sparks all over the place. And then I removed the shroud here, and there was a bunch of like grass and shit in the back where the flywheel and the coil are. So I removed that grass. And then another bad thing is this coil wire here, where it goes into the shroud and connects to the coil. There's like a section of spark plug wire that's just like rotted out, where the section of coil wire. So I'm gonna have to find a replacement coil for it. I think I'll go to that old guy where I took the snappers to get the blade adapters removed. I think I'll go to him and see if has a coil laying around for it. But I just taped it up temporarily, and now it runs good. And I'll give a demonstration. Fast, and I'll pull the choke right here, and I'll just yank it. Yeah, now it runs good. I updated the spark plug last night. It was pretty black, probably all fouled. I took a spark plug that I had in the garage that I removed off a Tecumseh mower that I sold, and I replaced the spark plug in, and the spark plug that came out of that Tecumseh mower It was still perfect, so I had to shove that in there temporarily. I'll just use it as a full-time spark plug. Just to keep it. But anyways, now it starts and runs good. It was a lot better than it was before. And that concludes this video. Goodbye and enjoy this cold afternoon. It sucks. It's supposed to be almost summer already. Have a good day.